Vega Squadrons turn to ban. Radiant team pick. Vega Squadrons turn to pick.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our second game of the night here in WePlay League Season 3. Just down the can of energy drink, so I should be as hyped up as I should have been for the last game. So hey, Vega Squadron makes a return now up against ProDotA Gaming, maybe a little bit less known. They're not following the scene, but they definitely know what's up in the world of Dota themselves. They pick up the Oracle. And let's let the Death Prophet though, as well as the Earth Spirit, but before we head into the draft a little bit further, let me introduce my co-caster, who is now back from a little bit of a break. It is Marpax. How are you doing, man?
10 seconds.
Oh, doing good. Just had to run around, It's tough being a caster, guys. You guys always wonder why we don't show up to the second picks or whatever show up, but like we have to sit there and wait for the lobby to happen, make sure the game actually loads in so that you don't miss it. You can't like go away for a second. There could be a remake, then you miss the game, you're casting at Dota TV, so you have to sit there the whole time in the break, and then the game starts. And then you can't just like, I have to actually like stand up and get some water, man. Either way, we're good now. Life's good. Vega Squadron, they're at it again. And so again, we're going to be seeing an Earth Spirit this game. It was on their opponent's squad last time, but it'll be our first Death Prophet, at least the first one for Vega today.
And also the first one I've seen in a while being played. I mean, of course, no one has kind of shown why either he himself or Invoker needs a nerf. Maybe they'll make the same kind of display for the Death Prophet, because that's a hero that has been talked about a lot recently, just being super strong against most heroes really in the laning phase with the Spirit Siphon. Kind of need someone like a Zeus, like a Lina, someone with some range. Doesn't need to go as close to the creep wave, because that is the case if you have any sort of help, even from an Earth Spirit in the early levels. Then that Bird Siphon with the slowdown just gonna make it so hard to actually stay alive, and even the Zeus, if he isn't careful, just fall victim to that as well. If he isn't utilizing that range from the Arc Lightning to CS.
Yeah, and wow, this is actually kind of funny. ProDotA played a game against Empire a few days ago in WePlay, and Empire actually it was Spectre, Death Prophet, but instead their supporting cast was an Oracle, Treant, and Spirit Breaker for Host. So, in order to answer that last time, as expected, they go for the Ancient Apparition. It's the support they play a lot. They also went for a Faceless Void, which they actually banned out themselves this time. Maybe like both supports picked up. I guess they might go back for like a Tron Gyrocopter to try and just get aggressive and fight. I don't know, before the Death Prophet can come online. I don't know, this draft from Vega Squad is looking pretty scary right now.
Does indeed. Also, what Spectre pick does, of course, that's a partial hero, as much as it can be. But it also takes it away from ProDotA Gaming, who looks like they still want to go for this kind of a liberal strat with the Ancient Apparition and the Zeus. If you would have added a Spectre on top of that, you would have global kill potential. It is actually quite sizable if you think about it, so not gonna have that. Still, Nature's Prophet has been banned, so ProDota's not gonna be able to build that up any further. So it's have to go back for the Gyrocopter, as solid as a carry as it gets, looking to secure the mid to late game with that. Yeah. Other than that, just try and make sure to use the Ancient Apparition correctly up against the Death Prophet, because that's one of the better heroes, just to make sure that DP doesn't feel as scary anymore. She can't heal through Spirit Siphon. She can't heal through the ultimate spirits coming back if you time it right. And well, if you manage to put on pressure on a Death Prophet early like that, or just make sure that he's less tanky than she thinks she is, actually really easy for DP to overextend and not do as much damage as you maybe expect. ProDotA should be looking at doing.
Yeah, I wonder what they're gonna look towards now. Their Faces Void Bandit, they've done Bat Rider a couple times in this like kind of an offlane role. They've done the Lone Druid in some of the recent games, so definitely they've been taking a lot of those top tier heroes in the past. They've even gone back for like a Doom before. So a lot of options. Slider, maybe Slider. It's not too bad up against the Death Prophet. Maybe you can try and burst her down fast enough.
Beastmaster is actually still in the pool if you want to go for a little bit more heavy lockdown.
Yeah, that would actually be really good to combo with the Ancient Apparition and the Thunder God's Wrath too. Like, if you get the Necros, there'd actually be the potential for solo picks, so we'll see.
Do you hate that? Sort of silence, any sort of
where's
or any
Invoker?
sort of long stun? That's a good question. Doesn't be bad no picks. I'm not sure if it really fits into ProDota's lineup right now. Let's see. Could run offlane Invoker. Could also run offlane Zeus, maybe with a dual lane.
Yeah, they probably won't
Good
pick
run.
it, but it's just it's just surprising, you know.
You really want to? Could you make a Gyro Ancient Apparition Oracle aggro try work against a Spectre?
I mean, I'm sure you could.
Yeah.
But it's just the levels on Invoker, so like you don't really ever want to be in a try. Like dual lane's bad
Yeah,
enough.
no, I meant with Jarkov. I mean, just like pick up the Invoker now, put it safe
Oh, I
lane,
see what you're saying, yeah,
Zeus
yeah.
mid, and then just go aggro with Gyro Ancient Apparition Oracle. I mean, it doesn't work against most lineups, I would say, but Earthspirit early on, he needs a couple of levels to really be effective. Death Prophet's not gonna start rotating all too soon herself, and Jakiro, as good as he is, he's not going to be able to stop 3 heroes running at you with Gyrocopter leading the charge, with the Rocket Barrage, with the extra damage from the Ancient Apparition,
10
so
seconds remaining.
maybe that's
It's
what
a,
they're thinking about
Legion
right now.
Commander.
Legion Commander?
Like
Okay.
back to the Legion. It's really interesting, and that kind of provides, kind of like the Beastmaster you did talk about, though, is the same idea of like a long duration lockdown, and hopefully you're going to be using that to try and burst down a Death Prophet before she gets off Exorcism, obviously. The big thing that's kind of standing out to me is like, why go for such an early, I don't know if I want to say early Jakiro, but it's just kind of a strange hero. Like maybe they were thinking Tidehunter the whole time to combo up with all this, because that's only one thing that there's not many heroes that feel that good with Jakiro, you know what I mean? Like the Ravage, of course, is going to allow you to line up a really good Ice Path into a Macro Pyre. It's not a hero we see all that often, but I'm excited to see what they're going to do with it here.
Yeah. One of these heroes that can break the party up a little bit. It's one of
10
those that can
seconds
set up for the
remaining.
Spectre to haunt in and snag a couple of kills himself. Also useful to
5 seconds remaining.
Death Prophet to, on the back of that Ravage, just yeah, just putting the spirits to work, nothing else. Then on pause, then on CAS pause here. Happening. I've been surprised that we've been getting these games started on time, more or less. The first one had a little bit of a delay, but the second one, everyone got in pretty damn quickly. And yesterday as well, there was London Conspiracy joined the lobby 15 minutes before the scheduled start time.
Wow.
The other team also 5 minutes before. I was like blown out of the skies. Castle life sometimes. It's the small things make you happy. Yeah, well.
So far, it looks like, in terms of like lineups, nothing surprising at all here on Vega. It's going to be solo Earth Spirit, you know, Meg, Tide, no craziness, no items picked up to guess lanes here on the side of PD, but if it is like a Spectre, which we assume will be safe things, seen a couple aggro Spectres lately, honestly, but it's, I'm wondering, like, Oracle, Legion Commander, yeah, press the attack, you have a lot of sustain, maybe you could do something kind of cheeky like that in terms of a dual offlane, but I'm kind of expecting just, like, Iron Talon tangos, and relying heavily on that camp.
Just go stock standard. Do you feel like you need to put yourself under don't feel like you need to put the pressure on yourself going for any sort of aggro play, because at some point you will want to rotate in on the Spectre. At some point you want to try and shut it down before any sort of Radiance build-up can come out or something like that, but you don't have to do that from minute 1 if you don't have the best lineup for it. I mean, they could make it work, but at the same time just can fall flat on his face if they don't execute properly. As much as I've talked about Jakiro not being able to really stop a dedicated aggro tri-lane early on, it can still make a difference if you put yourself in a bad position in the first place, with the dual breath slowing it down for quite a bit, and a little bit of a nuke from a Spectre dagger, stuff like that. They make a difference if you catch out someone like an Ancient Apparition, but as a result, we will probably see the standard lanes. Maybe just some rotations from ProDotA. An early smoke on 5 heroes, so it looks like they want to really secure one rune. perhaps get a first blood on top of it too. So, well, one fight. Their favor perhaps was the rock barrage, but they're gonna go up high ground. Smoke will break. Vega, know what's up. They have no real way to catch. Side of Fortune's End though would real connect on Seaman. Just get the ice path after, and that'll pretty much negate the impact that it had. Rock barrage comes out. Seaman should be able to survive here.
30 seconds to battle.
Alright, that's pretty nice. Maybe, I don't know, they don't really have any like early level stuns. There's no like Vengeful Spirit or anything, so I don't think anyone could have like dodged the ice path and like moved forward and got the stun, so it looked like that was just a failed gank at that point. So what they did achieve though was the smoke will completely zone them off this rune. I don't know if Solo's gonna, he has the roll, he might go for this. In fact, he's definitely gonna go with this. Yeah, he's actually gonna get this.
Spectre coming in too. Running in sunlight. Actually caught with the ice path, draws a tree line. Oh, he still gets
he got it
though. Wow.
What?
Okay. Maybe a little bit of mistiming there on the side of Vega. It looked very scary for a moment there, especially with the ice path. I mean, not exactly the ideal spell to scale as level 1 on the Jakiro. It's kind of forced into it, but trying to make the best out of it. Hey guys, if you're just tuning in, welcome. My name is Dragon Drop. I'm bringing you this match between Vega and ProDotA. We play League Season 3. Best of 1, quick and dirty, perhaps. Yeah, and ProDotA. I'm joined by mob packs and these teams. We've got the Pasha, Vector here on the top lane, supported by Simon and Jakira. Solo playing their 4th position Earth Spirit. In the middle lane, we've got no one on the Death Prophet. The off lane, all in the hands of Mag on the Tidehunter.
Alright, well, for ProDotA, it's Flo. He's hanging down bot, Legion Commander, Sunlight mid on the Zeus. It's gonna be Tron up top on that Gyrocopter, Roger on the Ancient Apparition, and Fervian on your Oracle here. And well, they have gone aggressive, as suspected here, up against the Spectre. Definitely what you want to do, certainly the play. In terms of trying to shut them down, not much you can really do against this hero. You know, when they start hitting level 6, they start joining the fights, and trying to get in all that assist gold. So slowing that down as much as you can, always the goal, very similar to, you know, all your other hard carries, your anti-mages, and yada yada yada. So, so far so good for ProDotA. Yeah, and we'll see what aggression Solo can put on the other lanes, knowing that, you know, you're going to have Zeus with relatively low support here. Oh, we can't get the courier though. Tries the roll. That would have been something else than the no-filled bottle slow courier.
Shouldn't have doubted this aggro try, knowing ProDotA. I don't know why I doubted it for a second, but yeah, obviously everything you said makes a lot of sense. If you can get away with it, and if you really think about it, I guess Tidehunter should have been alright with how tanky he is anyway in this off lane, so he was going to get his levels. Oh, there's a fight, first blood. Oh god. Damn it! C-tools! But yeah, they do get the Spectre with Chilling Touch.
I mean, she's just like sitting out trying to farm the lane, but if the support's so far away, like trying to deal with all these observers and such, they saw him de-warding their sentry over by the camps, and so they knew that they could just Fortune's End and go on Pasha, and it's just a free kill.
Black Cannon taking care of the creeps, so Pasha isn't even safe under his tower right now. The level 2 Rocket Rush up against the Spectre, it's at this point that can also do a lot of damage by its lonesome. Out the Chilling Touch. Jakiro now probably has to stick around a little more. And yeah, now you have the problem with the Earth Spirit. He's level 1. Even if he was there, there's not a whole lot you can actually do with it.
Like Pasha's sitting on 5 CS right now, and they're not getting anything else out of like what's happening here though. Like Seema's the only support they have up here, and obviously you're sacrificing your Spectre. What that's giving is this roaming Earth Spirit, but like maybe it's causing Sunlight to play a little bit back, so he's not getting the CS under the tower, and I guess that's true. But is that really enough for what you're sacrificing on Pasha? I'm not sure.
Just means that no one has a little bit of extra pressure on him to execute and kind of pay back the space to the Spectre later down the line once he starts to get going, because right now he has 23 CS compared to the 12 of the Zeus, and does have the bottle on the way, does have some boots too.
Pasha again escaping up top. Just queuing through the trees.
Almost can't keep my eyes on the top lane now. There's all 3 heroes up top.
Oh, they can't find the sentry. Are they gonna get it? They have a tango? I mean, they know where it is. Like, there's no way they don't know, right?
You should know. It's kind of a popular spot right there.
What? How do they not know? It's like the #1 spot. They have tangos.
Yeah. I don't know. No.
What? That was so random. All right. Don't they even have like? They even have W from AA. They have the Ice Vortex. Like they didn't even need a tango. That was really strange. I don't know what just happened. What an odd play. All right.
Sometimes it just slips off your mind. Things, but hey. Well, that means that this pull cam will be available. Yes. Is it still blocking?
No, his yeah, this doesn't block. This is your you can put that sentry there and it'll never block. It's like the best place to deboard. Because there's only like 2 spots you can place. You can either be like down on the side over here or up here, and it'll be outside that range. So either way, they actually gonna dive Sima.
They want to, but Pasha taking a lot of that, and now no one coming in to try and turn it around. There's a couple of Spirit Siphon starts off. Oh my god, words are hard now. Fervin, turn around on him with Solo joining in, getting into the fight, and trying to lock him down. At the same time, though, Tron, well, it's not your side of the base. Trying to turn around Sima with another rocket barrage. He will be the first casualty of war. Fervin just being run down very, very slowly between Solo. The slow from the pre-order Venom and Pasha just keeping at him. The kind of lifeblood that they need out of this top lane just to keep back Pasha back on track, really.
Oh yeah, I mean he even got one of the kills, so like now he's still behind, like he's still like 700 gold behind the gyrocopter, but
Sunlight middle lane, the stone will hit from Solo. Doesn't have much more mana to play with, but it's needed. No one just pops the ultimate. So Zeus going down just like that. And when we've been talking about the Death Prophet with the Spirit Siphon, all he needed was one charge to slow Sunlight down. As a Zeus, there's very little that you can do at this point.
Yeah, interesting. No one going for that early point in the ultimate. We still see a lot of people going more of that old school build when like with like witchcraft and stuff, where you would just not get the exorcism that early. But if you can get it secure a kill, it's definitely worth popping. It's totally fine, even though it's a long cooldown. It's kind of like Black Hole early on. If it's gonna secure you one kill, consider it worth it. Oh, going for that movement speed. Well, almost got there in time. So close to the
they would have gotten the kill though with the spirits coming back. Some of the damage would have been negated if they threw it out too early. So. No one also going for the Trapeze build up and instead of the face boots. Wait, hang on, bottom lane. Told him, commit the Ravage here onto Gyrocopter, Solo's back in with the boulder roll, but they can't actually quite catch up, so that's a big cooldown wasted on a Tidehunter. Oh, incidentally, he's also going for the Iron Talon. Interestingly enough, but hey, Spectre.
Nice ulti. Okay. Guarantee the dual damage.
So mesmerized with Ravage not doing anything that I once again forgot to look at top lane, where much all the action has been so far.
Well, in terms of not doing anything, certainly not finding that synergy there. Gotta we talk about the synergy of like Ravage into obviously Chikiro spells and everything, but if you're too far away, gonna be an issue. Maybe when the Aether Lens comes on later, he'll have like the little bit of the training wheels required.
One joining in,
getting off aggressive by no one.
Too far out. And of course, it's Spirit Siphon is pure damage. Fate's Edict's not going to do anything up against us. Now Tron tried to help, but now might be dead and helping Vega instead. Yeah, it's no one, just sniping it out.
A noble juke attempt.
Once again, it was the same kind of juke attempt that he tried to pull off back up top, which just like went back around towards the tier 1 tower. In this case, we're just back around towards the other side of the map, just behind the enemy lines, which is not exactly where you want to be. Then again, where else would you have gone there?
Well,
you just shouldn't have gone in there in the first place, but hey.
Despite his death,
2020.
You know, Pasha, he's got the haunt ready, he's got an urn as well. This might be the fight where he finally comes in.
Well,
oh no.
Yep. He is now, Tron, but there's a TP coming in. Pervin's still around, no one's died just yet, no one joined the party as well, trying to do it with the AoE with the ultimate backup cooldown. Nice little ice path. Heroes and everyone's dying thanks to it. Pasha barely will survive, same for no one. Flow still TPing in, he has to be careful not to get caught out, but there's Solo in the back. Make it work, does have a couple of stones to play with, but spent too much time and effort there. Oh wow, look at that AoE! Almost! Bringing down both Mag as well as no one here between the One Art and the Zuso, but quite enough. No one will be able to heal himself up thanks to spirits coming back and everyone's so making their way back home. So all in all, excellent fight for Vega. Don't lose anything, like so many kills.
Yeah, it's just perfect timing. I mean, they knew what they wanted to do and how to execute it. Comes in with that first haunt, extremely successful with the urn barely surviving. Almost had the last nuke damage there from Fervian, but it ended up giving him that big heal to the Spectre. So, worst case scenario, unfortunately, probably would have died to the subsequent Zeus ult if it wasn't for that. Maybe would have been okay from his own urns anyway, but just all guns weren't quite ready to fire there on the side of ProDotA as that fight broke out. So they suffered very heavily because of it.
Now, as a result, we do have no one at about 5k network right now, working on our duels. Be useful just for the movement speed to keep yourself close to everyone. That's why we normally see networks also go for the face boots instead of the treads, but I guess you just tank up a little bit more, have a little bit more mana to play with tread switching and all.
Yeah.
Zema, he's smoked up. Roger sitting here next to the tier 1 is also Tron, changing back to this lane as he died twice down at the bottom.
It might just be that with the change, like with the slow of the Spirit Siphon you have now, maybe you just don't really need phase anymore. Like, it might not be as necessary as it used to be considered. Just the little element of control.
But yeah, it's still useful, but you're right, you don't necessarily need it.
Like, they're trying to get these duels. They'll get the stop down bottom. Nice kick by Solo. He's a really good Spirit player too, and he's shown this in a couple of games before. But quick on the fingers to save himself and get away.
Keeping himself out of trouble. 0-0 and 2. Way to go. At the same time, top lane, Roger and Tron smoked up, but at this point, it's kind of telegraphed, right? No one's here at the wave farming up. Sunlight still lonesome in middle lane. Bottom lane, well, they've showed themselves, so who else would Jericho to be? He's not gonna farm the jungle at this point. He's not effectively.
Solo. It's gonna get hit here, but nah, that won't be enough.
Oh,
that'll be enough.
Oh well. Online, just letting it rain down from the heavens.
That's good. That was a lot of gold actually, so that helps him pick up his Aether Lens now at 11 minutes. But the Blink Dagger is done on Meg, so I really like this. I don't think they wanted like a mech burst or anything like that from this Tidehunter. Blink Burst helps set up your Death Prophet running into the fight, your Earth Spirit stuns with the stones, as well as Magnetize, as well as like Jakiro. A lot of times when you're doing this kind of a pushing lineup where you want to force them to fight into you, the mech is a lot of the time like considered better, and you just have the threat of the Ravage, but the threat of the Blink Ravage in a game like this is just way more powerful for Vega.
Yep.
Just because of their hero synergy.
Threat of the Ravage at this point, ProDotA, I mean, they don't really have to go in right now to defend these kind of pushes. We've just seen it, even with the ultimate committed once again, even with Jakiro chipping away with the Liquid Fire. Really been able to actually bring down the tier 1 tower, even though they've been there for a while, and just the constant spam from the Zeus as well as the overwhelming odds, which Flo
this is
has
the
been able to
Ravage.
place very well. There it
Top
is, there's
lane.
the Ravage, Spectre comes in, it's a caller coming down, but Pasha takes that kill, ultimate from H-Tap version comes in, but not gonna be enough unless they have some sort of extra follow-up, but Flo does have the overwhelming odds, but he does not have the Blink Dagger at a range on top of that Spectre just yet. That's the Yules for Oh god. Speaking of Yules, just got it. Already used it. Now upload with the silence, with the slows, and Spirit Siphon. That should be him going down.
Gonna get it too. The dream.
Considering the laning stage that he's had, he's sitting at a pretty good level right now. He's definitely above the Gyrocopter with a couple of hundred. Just catching up to Legion Commander, so yeah. 3, 2, and 4, exactly what you want to do with your Spectre. Just keep going.
Yeah, and he can start building into this drum build if he wants, like the Badman build, as most people have been doing in the pro scene. It's not so much the Radiance Rush anymore, although if it is something you want to do, definitely still a viable option. They, this whole Legion Commander versus Tidehunter thing, like you can just see what impact it's had. Total 1300 gold further ahead on the Tidehunter simply because of how dominant he is solo one-on-one versus any melee hero, so that delay on the Blink.
Gets caught with a Magnetize, caught with a stance mode. Oh man, that Gyrocopter is not having a good time right now. Let's just put it that way.
A little bit of teamwork there, you know. No one throwing up the Yules for Seema. They can go into that instead. No one's just gonna Yules himself that fight. Don't even need it. But Could be an interesting tool as we move into finally knocking down some more of these tier 1s other than just top.
Picking it out that this could be an option for Vega, and of course they're grouping up now. They do have the liquid fire, but where they don't actually have to commit the death profit ultimate, which is now level 2, so you kind of want to have it for team fight to do that extra amount of damage. And perhaps start a little tower push afterward. For the tier 1s, liquid fire on level 3. Siemens level 6 in total, but still good enough. Just slowly chip away with very little risk to yourself.
The thing that I like about Vega right now is that, yeah, they're grouping up, they're getting ready to take these objectives, but the other thing they've done, as you can see, they're applying this vision. They've got the vision on the Ancient Camp on the Radiant side, a little bit of vision at the top lane too to scout some of these rotations where they might be smoking into the jungle for like comeback gold in terms of like killing some of the Vega heroes. But the only way they come back is they need Tron to get farmed. Like they need him to get a drums or something like that up and running, and that's going to be through stacks of Ancients and stacks of neutrals or smoke ganks into your jungle. And so they're kind of covering all of that with what they have right now. Just playing it safe, grouped up bot, and providing this vision everywhere else on the map.
Good bang snap version. Try to TP out, obviously it's not gonna work flow. And actually get a counter kill on solo here. It does go for a duel, but there's no help. There's just no help, you can't get it in time.
There's
Now
an ulti
just
from
tie
Zeus, but
himself, man.
not enough.
It's there, Colin comes out. Getting a little bit too late. That was questionable, to say least. Going in for a duel like that with no support whatsoever, when you know that you don't have the damage for it. Just gotta
To be fair,
know as
he
an
only
LC
got,
player.
I think he only got one proc, which is a little unlucky maybe.
Yeah,
In terms of like going for the YOLO play.
A little bit too YOLO, but Sima can say the same for him. He's kind of on the wrong side of the map either, as well. Ice Blast will miss, but Sunlight just nukes him down. Pops the ultimate, sees everyone else coming in, but now he's covered. The ult chapter, no one pops the ultimate for this one. Silence to follow. There's the Oracle with the false promise, keeping him alive for the time being. Should end up taking out, not before helping to bring down back, perhaps. Yes, Tron in the back comes in, picks up solo. All of a sudden, Vega. 3 heroes total here. 2 on top of the Jakiro. And they, of course, end up getting the Zeus, but that false promise, said time and time again, it's kind of a better shallow grave. Lasts longer, and it at least gives you the option, if you have the heals to go with it, to actually stay alive through all of that.
Yeah, well, it happened. They got the gold on top of the gyrocopter. He's now top of the team. Got his Sanj all finished up, so he's moving into an SNY kind of a fighting as well as, moving around a little bit, build, surviving. Can't really commit to a BKB because you don't get the damage that you require. So a nice little middle ground item, a little bit higher tier than drums.
Yep.
And but the big thing now is that like you got to be careful. Like what's gonna happen when Exorcism's back up and they actually grew up as 5? Well, 4 I suppose with a Hunt in from Pasha. He's got his drums up and ready, so his factor in terms of damage is increased. So I don't think they're quite out of the woods yet here for ProDotA, and the net worth clearly showing that as well.
Absolutely. Graphs, 6k in favor of Vega. Similar kind of story for the experience, and if you look at the distribution, all 3 cores are on top, and I think the most worrying thing is that the death profit is as far ahead as she is. I can tell from experience, if you're at that point in the game where you're looking at Octarine core 17 minutes in, of course he still needs to farm up pretty much the entire Mystic stuff, but still, that's a good feeling as a death profit, because these are the kind of items that you need to get into that state where you are unstoppable. Just come in with the ultimate, spirit siphon a couple of people, if they start to focus you, just ult yourself, and then you win the team fight just on the back of that. If you have the slow and the control to go with it. In this game, they do have the Earth Spirit, they do have the Jakiro, can get a couple of spells off. They also have, of course, Titan of the Ravage. People in place for that massive amount of physical damage that the Death Prophet can provide right now.
Yeah, they have a lot of options to provide kind of like a targeting system between Ravage, between Ice Path. They have a lot of AoE stuns that are going to allow them to focus down on a target they want without a lot of interference from the other air heroes, and especially the Oracle. Like, that's the big target, right? So expect Solo to be prioritizing the silences up on top of Fervin, because he's the big key hero here. He's going to have to be, possibly saving Legion Commander during duel. It's a pretty big impact, right? If you get the false promise on top of her, so that she can actually maybe even win a duel despite maybe she should have lost one. Yeah. That's the kind of stuff to keep us going. They're going in now.
Speaking of duels, it is right up to no one. Ice Blast will hit too, and he will be brought down with the help of the Axiom Burst. Those are the kind of plays that you want to make. Use the Ice Blast, use the Zeus ult on the back of that lockdown. Again, maybe caught a little bit of guard, not a whole lot that could have done there. Maybe try and blink in and Ravage, but even then, it's always quite chancy if you know that there's gonna be the Zeus ult coming out. Potentially canceling your blink tag at the last second.
Yeah,
you
every
Ravage
kill.
nothing.
It's just so important on the Death Prop right now because you're building up towards a Mystic Staff. 2,700 raw gold. Like, does not have any reliable gold to stack up. She just lost 389 from that death, and it's going to be continuing to be the same way. Like, until they get a couple kills, she's not going to have any reliable gold to work with, and building toward that Octarine can end up being pretty disastrous if you can't get a little bit of a momentum ball rolling. Like, maybe I'm expecting to see them possibly go for a Roshan and try and shore up their lead a little bit here. They're going to smoke
grouping
up
up,
themselves.
they're gonna smoke too. Yeah. Solo handed over. It's not Casima pop, it doesn't matter at all. It's a 5-man rotation. Perhaps straight into Roche.
I feel like they don't have enough vision, but it looks like they will. A lot of teams in this situation, you might see them go.
Oh, Ice Blast is in. PD, they've got the number, they know what's up. See anyone on the map, and now they have to run. Do they?
I don't know, you've already committed exorcism. I think you have to fight. Like, just use the threat of your Ravage, it's your only hope.
Oh, that Roche is going down pretty damn fast with everyone whacking away. Lost to cause a DP ult and PD? They didn't make a move into that. They didn't even
Just
try to
dies
move
too
in.
fast.
Could PD have fought there? First place, or do you think it was just already too late?
It's... I don't know, it's arguable either way. Like, if everything goes perfect, then yeah, you can definitely fight into it. You're looking at Call Down, Ice Blast, but let's say they make that move towards the pit. Chances are Roshan's gonna die before you get there, and then they cannot fight into ending Exorcism, Aegis, Death Prophet. Like, they're gonna have all the tools ready and available, and it's simply too risky. Unfortunately, they were just caught out of position from their side, but a good play by Vega. They didn't opt for the typical, let's smoke into the jungle, try and find a pick, then go Roche. They just kind of went for it, and a riskier play, but it did pay off this time.
Got out the small ancient stack that ProDotA has made themselves, and now on a little bit of mission, but that one will fail. I guess he gets the water, but he will end up dying because of it. Oh, maybe not. Flow comes in with the duel, but he's being controlled up. There's the Zeus ult, there's the call down. Plenty of AoE to deal with the pool and Jakiro. They didn't get the duel though, now perhaps turn around from no one. With the stance a little bit too early, at least to get it on Flow. There's the false promise coming out, saving a mismatch, but there's a Ravage on the back. Oh, pretty much only it's Fervent, but Sunlight at the very edge. Those two will be going down first. Roger is brought down by Pasha, who just set aside on that D-kill. 2-for-2 trade at the end of the day is the Earthbird does end up falling to Flow. Yeah, Flow got him too.
What a weird engagement.
Was?
Setting out with Seema just dying.
I definitely expected a duel to come out much earlier on Seema there. But Flo just didn't, I don't know, wasn't quite close enough perhaps?
I know, it seems that way, so... Speaking of Flo, I assume he'll be going for the Blade Mail next. Yeah, this is a really good Blade Mail game. Actually, it's like definitely the item.
Oh yeah. It's any time when you have a hero up against you that can't really control the damage, like a Death Prophet even with the spirits, you want to have Blade Mails. Right? I mean, P doesn't want to build a BKB if she can help it, so yeah, Blade Mails and everyone just stand in the Exorcism. Pasha on Mikey call down comes out. They already used the Spectral Dagger to get across. Useful. And the Fortune's End actually purchased that effect off the free pathing that you get, but Pasha was already across the clutch there, just by like a centimeter or something.
Oh yeah, I suppose if you like leave the path and get queued, you'll lose it.
Yeah.
You have to like run back on the path.
Speaking of Pasha, he's going for the Radiance build-up. Almost has it too. 600 gold in the bank already with a Sacred Relic on his person. That many kills on the back of the horse, and these team fights does tend to help. 6-2 and 6 on him now.
I mean, it's insane that he has drums and Radiance almost. He'll probably have it for like 26 minutes.
Seema, be going down if they want to go for it. But now he just there's detection. Oh no, please. That was.
Lack of communication there, I guess. Not ready for the detection to come out.
Yeah. Zeus has his ultimate, he could have spammed that too, so yeah, that was all it was really, but Nitrogen, or Solo, kind of stopped in this roll, but now Sunlight dropping super low, Silence comes out, Pasha comes in,
no.
and that's Sunlight going down immediately. No one just cleaning up, trying to stay on top of targets. Vermin now should end up falling to the Spirits here, and Roger too. These two supports unable to do anything, and now Solo looking for more, but Flow too far away. Yeah, that just turned from bad to worse.
I mean, that's no Ravage too. They still have everything ready. They still have Aegis here going. Exorcism will be ending, so they won't be able to completely destroy this tower. Tries to tack on the little bit of damage that's left, but of course, the creeps aren't quite there yet, friend.
Back to region saving that one for now, or back to protection, I should say. Yeah, still, if you look at the graphs now, and the last game was super even for the longest part. This one, though, a little bit more one-sided, as you might expect here for Vega. Closing in on a 10k gold advantage, already past the 10k experience advantage. Just because you have that Spectre just able to farm so efficiently and only join teamfights when you actually need him to. Just adding into that.
Yeah, it only gets worse from here as well, obviously, with the Radiance, so you continue to farm even faster. You've got the 4-staff, of course, completed up here on your Meg Tidehunter, and now he's going for the Refresher. That's his choice for the next item. Can't really disagree with that. It's just such a solid item. I think it still outclasses that brand new Aghanim Scepter and even the Octarine Core, simply just because, you know, double Ravage is better than one Ravage now and one had a slightly shorter cooldown.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get these items, if you're already so far ahead that you can go for these clowny items, sure, why not? I mean, I tell you one thing, that the Gush Wave is super fun to use, but you don't pick a Tidehunter for that. For the Blink Ravage, for the massive initiation.
Yeah, and like if you think they already have a lot of elements of control to line up with Ravage now, second Ravage to line up, like, then you get the perfect ice path. Then you're looking at like walking the entire time to find the perfect angle for 5-man, because you're not gonna have like a blink on your Jakiro or anything like that. So he looks like he's probably gonna build into the Aether Lens, since there's already the Glimmer Cape on the Earth Spirit. Pretty good item on Jakiro.
Cloak doesn't build into Aether Lens anymore.
Oh yeah, that's right. Maybe he forgot.
Of course.
So he'll be grabbing his own Glimmer Cape there. It's up against the Zeus and the AA, so always solid. Just
it's been useful. I mean, Ospel put it on him when he TP'd out, forcing out the protection was a little bit too late, so that actually saved his life there in that last engagement. So hey, for Glimmer Capes, they're useful. I mean, obviously not gonna be the Invis component's not gonna be as reliable just because if it's Zeus there, who can always just ulti. Lightning Bolt, but just the magic resistance coming from it, super useful.
Alright, well, they've done it a couple times, they got some big pickoffs, some surprising stuff, so we'll see if maybe they can pull another trigger out of the bag here for ProDotA. A lot of it, it's gonna have to be on the back of the Legion Commander, of course.
Yeah, that's a big lockdown that you're looking at. They need to combo up their spells, and they need to find a kill with it every single time. That's a duel. He does have the BKB now, so a little bit more survivable. At least a little bit less lockdownable, I should say. Of course, if the Death Prophet got the ultimate off, BKB is not gonna protect you against that. But it will protect you up against being silenced up by anything. Of course, being stunned up by the Ravagers and stuff like that. You have the freedom to get the duel off, and then you have to just rely on your teammates to just provide the extra damage, finish it off quickly.
Wow.
We get tier 2 for tier 1 tower trade. Ice Blast comes in. There's Sunlight here, but a whole lot you can do. Actually, has to be careful not to get caught up by Yul's Summon. But tier 2. Now more TPs being forced out. Vega looks like they want to push high ground now. Pop the ultimate. Arena no one even, so he's at a point where it's really hard to deal with. Even discounting all these Glimmer Caves being thrown on top of him right now, but the Creeper has been taken care of. And they're not quite strong enough to actually go against the backdoor protection, so instead, just go back, farm up, take control of the map. Well, plenty of tier 2s to take anyway.
Yeah, a little bit interesting going for that there, but just maybe testing the waters a bit here. They don't want to do like a hard commit until they have the Refresher done, because it's not even that far away. It's only like 700 gold.
Oh, mid lane. There's a duel on Solo. He is sticking around a little bit too long, trying to farm off the wave. So he pays the price. pick off, and yeah, exactly what ProDotA needs. Just try and delay the game, try and make sure that Flow get a couple of extra of these damage stacks on, try to make sure that Tron can start building into his first damage item. I mean, it does have the Sergeant Yasha, it does have the Blacking Bar. I want a little bit more than that. Two, but Vega, they don't want to let this go. No on the side doesn't have his ultimate though. Like a little bit more, take a little bit more effort to actually go for it. But there's a blink, there's a ravage. BKB though on Flow, trying to turn around, can't quite get the range from Tron. Kind of dropping quite low himself. There's the Yules, no locked in. Doesn't have anything else to give without the ultimate, not doing the damage that they need him to. At the same time, the rest of Vega Squadron picking up the slack. 4 heroes down, only for 1. I mean, it is still death profit. At this point, Pasha has surpassed him, so there's even more troublesome for ProDotA.
I mean, that was just well played overall. I mean, Meg coming in there, very big ravage, the perfect haunt target from Pasha. I mean, he just gets up on the high ground, he takes care of Sunlight, forces out the early ultimate, and you drive the Zeus for damage. The whole point of this hero is that he's supposed to be spamming these Thunderbolts, you know, spamming everything as much as he can, and you can't do anything when the Spectre just haunts on top of you. He just blew him up in like 4 right clicks.
As Boss comes in, raises 2. Fresh orb as well, so if ProDotA expect the weapon to be down now, gonna be in for a big surprise, unless they spotted out the refresh right now. Sunlight comes in, Flow as well. I'm gonna try and catch someone out here, I'm not quite sure if that's the best idea. I was already down, keeping Fervian alive, but biggest one, and just setting that sights on a last remaining tier 2, perhaps an Actrotion. Once that is up, once they have that under the belt, they'll probably want to go higher on them.
Certainly playing it cautiously, but this has been a pretty big theme right now of this patch, especially the past like couple of weeks. A lot of teams, they get this advantage, but they understand that it's risky to go high ground, and a lot of teams have lost some pretty crazy games. Obviously, Ember Spirit was kind of the key hero to that last patch, but even this patch he's pulled out a few, and it's like, why take the risk when you don't have to? There's no map control here for ProDotA. They don't have any opportunity to go and farm. And you can just take control of this, wait your timings, and just go when you have your big items up.
Even now, they didn't just commit all 5 men to be into the Roche pit, just expecting ProDotA to maybe go for a little bit of a desperation play coming in there, but instead they just kind of meander around a little bit, have no one do a lot of the work. That ultimate, and of course with Arcane Rune plus Octarine, there was like a 75-second cooldown, so he's gonna have it available pretty damn soon for the next fight.
And double ravage up.
It's like, so many tools for Vega right now to take any team fight in any situation really. So look at ProDotA, what can it do apart from that single target pickup with the duel?
I mean, they can't really do anything, honestly. If they just run up in this 5. Yeah, he'll just get out. Just comes top and it's like, hey guys, I'm here. Don't worry about it. No, there's nothing down there. No, we're fine.
It's just being tickled. Problem. Because it gotta be so frustrating for. He's a Gyrocopter. He's doing a decent amount of damage, but not up against the Titan under the Kraken shell. So.
Maybe if Roger...
He has a cloak himself. It's just cloak gaming here.
I mean, it's Zeus. Yeah. Why not? And as well, like just dealing with the AA blast, but it's not level 11 yet here for Roger. So if they had that combined with Call Down, combined with Thunder God's Wrath, maybe if it was level 16, like there's just so many of these, like one more, you know, a little bit of an oomph here for so many of these abilities and items on the side of ProDotA. They just don't have quite enough. No one like just walking in here.
Flo comes in with the duel, and he's all alone actually. But he does have the Aegis, but that doesn't mean his ultimate is down the drain. Patrick comes in though. Roger will end up falling, but it's already made its impact anyway. Everyone else dropping low just to the illusions though. That gives the rest of Vega plenty of space to take down a tower with the spirits or not.
I mean, that's pretty good. You pay Ice Blast and AA's life to get rid of Aegis and ultimate.
Hold on to the tier 3, it will be right click down now. There's some Ravage, also a couple of heroes, let's have a secondary one. If you want it, there it is. A little bit too late, still catches them on the edge. Sunlight kept alive by the false promise, but now Flo looking for the target here. Tron though, he's being spirit siphoned off. want that pure damage coming out, so he has to retreat back to space. Pasha though himself dropping low, but no one picking up the slack. They bring down the Oracle once again. The Sunlight though, he's still trying to make it work, trying to stay in range, blinks across, get the bolt onto Pasha though. Now he stands up, he's in a lot of pain. He will end up dying, still has a buyback if necessary. Now block him in, will not do it, maybe a little bit still a bite. Pasha's still there. Does get the dual win, but does lose the gem, but of course, team able to actually make that fight count. Not only getting the death forward once more, but also the beyond godlike streak from Pasha. So much gold going away for Gyrocopter and Tron, who's having a really hard time. He's sitting at 5k gold right now.
Is this 2200? He could go towards like a little bit of a rapier action if he wants to. May play it a little bit safer. Go for something like an MKB or along those lines. Yeah, exactly. So not much point getting a rapier without it, but I don't know. It is in the realms of desperate measures, so it'll be a personal preference here. For now, it's probably gonna be the MKB. Let's just hope he's got enough gold for it. But
Crystallis going for Daedalus? Yeah, has Daedalus
that's weird.
Instead.
No, is he selling it? No, he's buying it. What?
I don't know.
Alright, that's odd. Up against
see, that's what I meant, you just never know. MKB is the obvious choice. What does the crit really do for you? I mean, sure, if you get lucky and you crits while you don't miss. What's the math on that, actually? You know?
I mean, I don't know. Like when you're factoring like crits plus you have to factor in miss chance. Congratulations, everyone! This is the 60th Daedalus ever seen on a gyrocopter in 3,500 games.
Nice.
1.7% of games you will get to see this wonderful sight. That is just so weird.
If you really want to damage, you just want to hands of the RNG gods, I guess. Very chancy. It's not quite the rapier level chancy, but still. Oh, it happens. Flow with the Shadow Blade, and as well as the gem. So looking for a target, we'll find out. But to lift up and stay before Hans comes in from the Pasha and try and help Tron. Tron and Flow both. He's still pretty damn healthy. No one so much. 1-for-1 trade is for 2 trades. Sunlight as well as Burden go down and back, and now Tron being slowed down too. Pasha making it happen together with Shima as well as Mag. Just the supporting cast a little bit too strong. I mean, no one, he's made his impact in the game already. Now it's Pasha's turn to take over with the kind of support that they have. So 3-for-1 trade at the end of the day. That can easily pick off this turnaround so hard, and Tron might have to buy back now. Still has it, thank God, but
I'm still not over this Daedalus. It's just like so random. It doesn't do anything. I mean, I guess obviously it adds true damage in a sense of like
blink forward flow. He's so dead.
Yeah, he's just dead. Like that's.
Oh, the rabbit from also did not be attacked. The rabbit actually catches 2 in the back as well. Bergen and Roger, they just tried to help, but now they're just gonna die instead. 5 heroes down inside of ProDotA.
Like it adds damage if you're flat-handed, but I can't crit. Like I just don't get it. I'm not over this, man.
Bergen stays alive thanks to false promises. Do, but not for long. McIntyre isn't Pasha of finally chopping him down. Buyback's forced out. Sunlight and Flow. You can't do anything off with this though. You can't do anything with this. I don't know, man. I don't know. This game just feels like it's. I mean, it's been Vega's game to throw for a long time. They almost managed it, giving so much gold over to Gyrocopter, but at this point you just have to look at the graphs. You still realize, alright, Vega is still in very firm control of this game. Spectre is very hard to deal with, almost impossible right now for PD. Then you have an Earth Spirit with a player who's exceptionally good in this hero. You have a Tidehunter with Ravages there. You do have BKBs to deal with, but only on your cores, and you definitely need all hands on deck if you want to do a team fight.
Alright, well, they're getting these value items that can at least help in a sense, right? Like going for the Veil, obviously you can be able to help. There is the level 11 on Roger. You know, some of these things that we're talking about were like, they were like an oomph away there. Now here, there's the full level 3 ultimate on Thunder God's Wrath. There's the potential. I don't know. There's no Aghanim Scepter ever coming for Roger in the next, like, 20 minutes. So, unfortunately, that's not going to be an option. It's certainly one of the bigger ways.
This Alchemist guy comes in from a different game. There's a Blink Duel onto Mag. It's a nice little pickup. They can get it, and they can indeed. Flow, 110 damage. Quarter once again. Yeah, just,
hey man,
just
more
baby
gold for
steps.
Tron. It's a farming Daedalus. So now he's going to get towards the MKB. It's fine. It's all part of the plan.
Satanic Burst. Oh man. He's doing 600 crit, but now has to be careful. Not get hit by all these wave clearing spells that they've used. This tier 2 should end up falling. I don't see Vega recontesting us without the Tidehunter.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
To get back up and running, we will have double Ravage. Without that, well, if you find an opening, Pasha comes in, but no one, once again, dropping quite low to Tron. And look at Roger. He just falls immediately. Flow on the cover of the Invis, just trying to stay alive, just trying to get out. But Pasha just brings down Irvin, tries to cheekily TP out. False Promise on top of him, but Seema just in time with the ice path to stop that from happening. And yeah, as a result, 2 heroes down, only supports though. Guess that's the bright side for ProDotA.
Alright, well, they got some nice little TPs, as you said. Like, they did manage to save their cores because of it, so that'll work out.
Pasha has a heart now. Just saying. Solo. What?
I mean, if he eventually gets in...
What are they doing?
he even tried to roll up to kick him back down, but no one's just having none of them. He's just out there.
It's just like, fuck you, I'm TPing out.
You definitely do need like that massive amount of damage in terms of dealing with Pasha. Like, so now if he can get into an MKB, he can actually right-click down and help deal with Pasha finally. And to his credit, the Daedalus has been fine. There's never actually been an instance where he's been involved in mischance since he got it. Other like they got that kill down bottom, but the other pickoffs like the Tidehunter and stuff, they haven't needed it. So I really hope he goes it next.
There's still a decent amount of time left on the BKB, on these BKB charges, so of course it's also helping out. That's kind of helps justify the fact that he didn't go for the MKB first. Roshan gonna be the next battleground. We spawn in it's time. Both teams kind of trying to scout it out, trying to take control of this general area. ProDotA looking for the pickup once again. With the momentum, 4-star forward, but there's a rock in their face. Shadow Blade Max,
blink.
they might catch him again. Once again, not quite fast enough on the trigger finger. That could have been another huge pickup here, just taking the Ravage out of the picture.
Oh, they're getting aggressive.
But now, Pasha comes in, Tron all alone, there's a Ravage, BKB'd out, at least on Tron, Flow, not so lucky, he gets caught twice. Of course, in the backlines, Pasha just blast the rest of Vega, taking care of the supporting cast. Now, Sunlight, well, the false promise on top of him I had for a little while. Now, everyone is dead, triple kill for Pasha. Is available on both Gyrocopters as well as Sunlight, but I don't really see them defending this. I think you can just barrel down the lane now and take every single rack.
Yeah, there's no Thunder God's Wrath. You just have to hope you get really lucky, I guess, with a gyro buyback here. Maybe they'll run into the fountain.
Not gonna work. Pasha sitting at 3k health points, still no one who has the ultimate going, and now they even catch Sunlight there with the long range boulder. Magnetize comes out, Sunlight will die in base, same for Tron. That's just adding insult to injury right now.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Pervian almost dies to the illusions. Like, how sad is that?
Yeah, well, in the end, it just ends up being a well-played game by Vega. Like, they took control early, they didn't let up, they had a little bit of a misstep on that first top lane, well, I guess second top lane push there at the racks, but, you know, they chilled it, they brought it back, and it never really seemed like it was in doubt that they were going to win this one once we got past, like, the 5-minute mark, honestly.
Yeah. No doubt about that, the GG is called. ProDotA will have to give this one up. And Vega, those were actually the first 2 games in this particular tournament. They come on swinging. And a 2-all scoreline for them, so yeah. Games, it's good games, but what the best part is.
There's more?
one more game left tonight, I think, unless it's been postponed. Be too surprised.